Hello geometry students. Today's learning target is to determine if a triangle is acute, obtuse, or right when one of the sides given is a radical. So down at the bottom I have the information we learned. So if c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, it's a right triangle. If c squared is less than a squared plus b squared, it's an acute triangle. And if c squared is greater than a squared plus b squared is obtuse triangle. Remember, c must be the largest side. So if we look at problem number 3, we first have to determine the largest side. So if I use my calculator, the square root of 38 is approximately 6.16. So in problem number 3, I know the 8 is the largest side. So I'm going to write down c squared a squared plus b squared, and now I'm going to substitute the numbers. 8 squared, square root of 38 squared, plus 5 squared. And now I need to evaluate these. I know 8 squared is 64. So now I'm going to go to my calculator, and I'm going to type in parentheses square root of 38. I'm going to move out of the parentheses, or the radical, and say square plus 5 squared, and that is 63. If I have the TI calculator, I'll put parentheses, square root 38, use the arrow key to get out of the radical, parentheses squared, plus 5 squared. Doing that, you'll see I get 63. So we know that 64 is greater than 63. So using what we learned, this is an obtuse triangle because 64 is greater than 63. Let's take a look at example number 4. Again, the first thing I need to do is identify the hypotenuse. So I'm going to go to my calculator, and I'm going to type in 2 square root of 10. Doing that, I get 6.3. So since that's around 6.3, I know that 11 would be the c value. I'm going to write this down again. I'm going to substitute the values. I want to compare these two. So I know 11 squared is 121. So now I'm going to go to my calculator. I'll put parentheses 2 square root of 10. Move out of the radical, put another parenthesis, squared, plus 9 squared. Doing that, I get 121. So when I add these up, I get 121. We know that these are equal. So then this means this is a right triangle because c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared.